Hey everybody, it's Greg here at the Joy of Aquascape. Now the last I showed you, all the goldfish were in the 850 litre indoor pond, but the weather has just been so good here in Ireland. It's been absolutely phenomenal. I thought I'm going to have to get these guys outside. So I've cleaned up the pond outside. I won't show you what I've done yet with that, but I'm going to show you how the fish are getting on, because I've added all the fancy goldfish in with the koi. They're having a great time. So I'll give you a quick look and show you how they're all getting on in the pond outside. Okay, so there's been some big changes in the pond. I'm not going to show you because I'm doing a whole video on it now at the moment. Don't spoil the surprise, but the old filtration system used to look like this. Filter's been ran on it here. It's about 2,000 litres an hour. It's about 1,500 litres an hour. And it's gotten a huge update, so the water is now looking nice and clear now. It's still tiny bit green, that's okay. With as much sunlight as it's getting, that's just to be expected. I'm not running a UV on this. I'm not running anything special on this, but there has been a huge update to the filtration system, and it's something that I've done for free. And the water is so good, so clean, and there's such beautiful weather now at the moment. I thought these guys have to get outside. So the first guys that went out into the pond a couple of weeks ago were the big ryukins. There's one, there's the other. They are massive. Now that big goldfish that's swimming around the back there, he's 8 years old. He's starting to look in great shape now. He's the one that I rescued that the heron speared straight through his body, and he's starting to just hold his own in the water much better. He's not suffering from imbalance and swim bladder as much as he was. Still floats a little bit tail up from time to time, but definitely much better. But those two ryukins have just grown massive. They were big fish. They got even bigger since they've gone in, and they're the first things up the feed every time. And they were kind of the test bed to see how the koi reacted to the slower moving fish. They don't bother them at all. Actually, I think they're kind of making the koi feel a little bit more comfortable. Now, forget the pond isn't completely cleaned out yet. There is still a little bit of kind of dirt and sediment in it that we're going to get kicked up. There's no surface skimmer on this. And I do want to do one or two more bits before it's finished. That's why I haven't released a video yet on how I'm after getting it to this point. But that'll be up and online soon, so make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't, to see how we got the water from looking like this. Over the last 2 days they've had this massive algae explode. It was nice and clear as it is now at the moment, and for free, and it only took 3 days, and it's working absolutely phenomenally. So anyway, onto the fish. So you can see big Pearlscales there. They are big Pearlscales. They are big fish. We got the lionheads and the ranchus. They're doing absolutely brilliantly. That's the small Pearlscale there now in the center of the frame. I love that ranchu beside her. Oh my god, just so nice. The two of them are just phenomenal. But look at the gold on the back of that Thai style. Oh my god, absolutely amazing. Big Pearlscales there. Two huge Pearlscales. Center of the frame in the middle of the plant there. We have the ranchu that only has 3 fins. He's doing absolutely phenomenal. You can see the size of that big ryukin beside him. Oh my god, he's massive. Some nice big shabunkins. There's the shabunkin fantail. Now he's a big fish. He was one of the biggest fish in the pond, and he's a real lazy fish. Here's beside the beautiful orandas with gorgeous wing growth. Love that panda oranda there in the center. Absolutely beautiful. Good swimmer too, good swimmer. We have a bunch of little small ones in here as well. Now they're kind of hiding in the shade. Might be difficult to see, they are. Let's see if there's any out and about. Look, this guy here. A couple little small ones. Some of them like hanging around the shade. That one there seems to be more adventurous. Tiny little Pearlscales there as well. There's the baby goldfish in the center. That was the one that must have been born at the end of last season. Just there by the plant. Obviously didn't get any ground done before the winter came in, but as soon as the spring kind of kicked in and we cleared out the pond a little bit, that one was there, so must have been from last season. We got the white cap orandas, calico ranchu there, center, beautiful. And look, this is really good for them because, especially see the likes of the orandas and stuff, it's gonna help them develop colour. Yeah, you can see the big goldfish there. He's kind of floating a little bit tail up, keeps doing that, but he's definitely getting a bit better. Great for this sunlight is great for the wen growth, the clarity of the water. The water is actually nice and clean, as opposed to just being clear, because clear and clean are different things. Water can be clear and poisonous, but clean is clean. That's what we need for the fish, because look, they were doing fine in the green water before we got this done, but we couldn't enjoy them. The water was still clean. It just wasn't, sorry, the water was clean. Yes, it was clean, but it wasn't clear. Now it is both clean and clear, which is fantastic. Who else have we got? We have a chocolate around there here somewhere as well. That white goldfish was one of the original goldfish that was in here. Oh, there's the chocolate oranda just there at the back by the plant. Or sorry, I'm saying chocolate oranda. Chocolate ranchu, lovely fish. Started looking dark in the pond. It was actually a bacterial infection I treated. Well, it looked like a bacterial infection. That's what I treated it for, and it came really good, really quickly. You know what? They're actually, them and the jet black ones are a really good way. If you see, they kind of show up bacterial infections on the skin quicker than other fish tend to. Love that big shabunkin there as well. That big shabunkin was trying to breed with that goldfish in the center of the frame there a couple of weeks ago, and I'm fairly confident that the goldfish have all got their first kind of breeding season over and done with. But what I need to keep an eye on is make sure that they don't start trying to breed again, because look, if one of those, where are they gone? The big huge ranchu, look at him. There he is beside a nice oranda. But if he started trying to breed with one of these, say, ranchus or lionheads, like if a ryukin like that size started trying to breed with one of these smaller females, or say the panda there, they'd be in trouble because they are big, powerful fish. So that's one thing that I just need to keep an eye on. Blue murder, an absolute beast. One of the first up for food every time. You know what? The big Pearlscales are coming up for food nearly straight away every time as well. They're not suffering for being slow swimmers at all, and they are by far the slowest swimmers in the pond. And again, if we had a big goldfish like him trying to breed with one of these Pearlscales, they'd be in trouble. So that's just something to keep an eye out for. Watch that kind of behaviour, make sure there's nothing kind of happening there. I still have the other pond up and run, so I can always lift these and pop them back in really, really quickly. That other pond, there's going to be an upgrade coming to that as well, so that one to keep an eye out for. But yeah, no, they're having a great time in here, absolutely loving it. And it's funny because for some of these fish, it might be the first time that they've ever been out in the sunlight such. So yeah, everybody's having a great time out here, and it's so much better having them out here, you know, where we can really enjoy them anyway. It's great for the B&B as well that the parents have here, because it's great, people can come out and enjoy them. All the kids staying here are having a great time, coming out and showing them a little bit of food. They're getting a couple of feeds a day. That's keeping them happy. Oh, I love that. Love that koi. It's Surrey there. Oh my god, it's beautiful. I reckon it's only going to get better as well. Love it. Yeah, so it's great. Everybody's getting to really enjoy them here now. Much, much better than them being inside. But like I said, inside is getting a big upgrade, so that'll be coming soon. I'll just give you a quick rundown on what's happening here. So these are the pumps. We don't have surface skimmer. We don't have anything like that going on here. But what we have is two pumps. One is 2,000 litres per hour. The other was about 1,500 litres per hour. But I actually dropped it down to about 500 litres per hour because that pump there. Sorry, it gets really bad when I zoom in. But that pump there, I find that the housing on it, it's too easy for the small fish to get sucked onto the side of it. I don't like it running at full power with the little small fish. I did find one was caught up against it. Luckily I got to him really quickly. Whereas compared to that case in there, is just much better. Much better. Fish don't have any issues with it. They can sit on it and not bother them at all. So I've reduced that down. So in total they're pumping at about 2,500 litres per hour, which is only kind of the volume of the pond, but the amount of filtration that's getting done, which again I'll show you in another video. Oh my god, it's fantastic. I'm really hoping there's some nice sumi coming up on this fish here now. Still a young fish. It's koi. But I reckon once, give it maybe during the winter now, some of that sumi's gonna come out and just create a nice balance on them. Let's see how it goes. You know, it'll be hard to tell. It'll change over time. Sometimes you get one that looks great, colour changes. And sometimes they don't start off great and then they become fantastic. But anyway, that's it. There's the update. That's how all the fancy goldfish are doing. Having a great time here in the pond. Focus. Loving the sunshine. Hopefully we get some really nice growth. Well, the feedings they're getting, they should definitely grow quite nicely. Lots of water changes as well. Actually probably going to start one now. Got one yesterday, little bit of a water change yesterday. Gonna run another one again now. And you know this net looks awful on it, but we've had some visits from the heron, so it's definitely. Anyway, that's it guys. Like, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video. Take it easy.